Hey, it's your favorite Babalao, at least I hope so. Omodung or Dileke coming at you from the gym. I've been super busy lately, right? Between impulses and God kids, plantes, work life, family life. And I feel like I haven't necessarily given back too much. So I said, you know what, while I'm at the gym and I'm trying to finish down my cool down, let me do a quick video. Something that I know is very fundamental and something that I believe can be something that each and every one of you will carry. Doesn't matter what faith you believe in. Or more specifically, anything that has to do with Orisha or Ifa or the Eguns. I think it's very important for us to remember. So if you guys hear me loud and clear from the gym, give me a thumbs up, right? Or leave me a comment, whatever works. And then we go right in. All right, so first things first. The Fair Babalao Institute is rolling. It's been going on for the last couple of months. We're going into Unit 3. So I've been busy with that as well. But more importantly, right, I want to give thanks on September 11th to all the veterans that are out there. Right, all of those who have served, all of those who are still serving. Right, September 11th, we always got to remember the horrific attacks against our nation and our freedoms. And boy, did we hand them something good after that, right? So we always got to remember our past so we can understand where we're going. So with that, I felt it was more appropriate to talk about spiritual preparation, right? Everything that we do and how we do it, okay? A lot of times we forget that spiritual preparation is overlooked. Before we do any spiritual work, before we get into any type of cleansing, before we do an offering and a bowl, right? Ifa reminds us that preparation is everything. Because without preparation, we might bring our own osolbo. Think about that. Right into the work that we're trying to do to cancel these barriers, we find ourselves canceling our blessings. All right, Buddha boy, Bucheche. I appreciate you guys checking in there in the chat. Hey, so let's talk about personal purification. Okay? Hey, in our tradition, right, purification starts with the body. Okay? Whenever you know you have to do something super important, right? And for all my God kids that are out there, they'll tell you, right, before the plantes, before they receive their hand of Ifa, hey, I need clear intentions. I need you guys clean. No, hanky-panky in the bed, 72 hours out. All those things happen. For each and every one of you in this faith, this goes for a lot of different concepts, right? And here's how you prepare a nice, simple bath to clean yourself. White flowers, cascarilla, egg whites, whole milk. If you can't find raw whole milk, get some goat milk. And then get some Florida water or some 1800. Some type of perfume. Right? This is not just a bath. This is how we reset the body to receive the ache of the things that we're about to do. And this is not me saying this. This is all written even within Ifa. And I'm going to tell you about that. Ifa confirms in the Odung of Otura Niku, right, that where it teaches us that without purification, the doors to that ire, the doors to that blessing is blocked. In Iwuri right, we know where Obatala himself used milk and cascarilla to cool his head and bring peace. So what does that tell you? That tells you that this is a beginning step. Our stories begin to guide us where we're going and how we're getting there. Right? So then, after that, we got to look at a concept that in Ifa we talk about. That's Ifa Inu. Ifa Inu talks a lot about the concepts of the abstinence, the mental clarity. Right? Purification means that, hey, 24 hours before any ritual, any offerings, etc., stay away from sexual relations. The energy is too hot. The energy can actually block a lot of the blessings that we're trying to bring forward. For women, if you're going through your menstrual cycle, that's a problem. You are in your own process of purity, right? And that's the thing. And most important, clear your mind and pure intentions. Now, we understand that in Iyobe, Ifa teaches us that passion, right, without discipline leads to confusion. In Ikairete, it warns us that if we enter a sacred work without control, the Ache will leave us. So what does that tell you? That tells you that we got to follow the book. We got to be real exact on how we're doing things and where we're going. We have to understand what we're doing. Also, herbs, candles, sacred items. These are just not things that you buy at the store and you feel you're going to invoke the Ache immediately. No. And in Otura Adekeo, Ifa says, right, the herbs are not, they're not fresh, right? They have no voice. One of the biggest things about this faith, and it's something that I did early on, was that this is a nature-based faith. It's got to be fresh herbs. It has to be something that still has some form of life in it so that it can give you the blessings that you are looking for. Right? So understand that. In Oshetura, it tells us that the intention is what gives us power to the materials. And if we handle them with respect, right, then we won't waste the work. But we handle them with disrespect. If we handle them and they don't have life, then that's something that we have to always remember. Now, rest in peace. Charlie Kirk, I see that in there. No. I was very heartfelt to hear that he passed away. So now I appreciate you guys bringing that up. Hey, I'm going to read you guys a pataki. I guess I'm going to say a pataki and I'll read it. That comes from Oshetura. That hits home on why I say this. Right? At one point in time in the land of Oyo, people stopped respecting these purification processes. Right? They worked with dirty hands, spoiled herbs. They worked without abstinence. And because of this, sickness spread and a drought fell throughout the land. Ochun, La Lorde, with her leadership and her guidance, went to Orumila for advice, and the Odun Oshetura came out. And Ifa told her, the world must bathe in purity again. So guess what Ochun got? White flowers, cacarilla, the egg whites. She got the milk, right? And made a bath for the people. And she told them, hey, abstain from sex, right? No hanky-panky, and unclean habits before bathing, right? At first, the people mocked her. But those who listened to her, right, they were healed. Their sickness left, right? Their minds became a little clearer. Their ori was shining. It was nicely aligned, right? Where the people were purified. The orishas returned with rain and abundance, and life flourished again. So I want to leave you guys with this, right? Ache flows with purity. This is the reason why I harp that, hey, if your altar, where you have your warriors, where you have your orishas, if they're dust collectors, if the place is dirty, if the place is not organized, then you are brewing, or you are growing, but you are trying to fight. Right? Purify not only your space, purify yourself. Respect the abstinence of things. Handle materials with intention and reverence. Those are going to be the keys in the beginning of it all. Ifa teaches us when the vessel is clean, when the space is clean, the orishas bless it with fullness. Hopefully that's resonated with you guys. I know I'm here at the gym. Again, I'm trying to squeeze in lives when I can, at least partake some of the things that are on my mind. I always tell you guys each and every time, if you got questions, if you think there's a live that's worth doing, shoot me an email. Right? Shoot me an email. Look at any of the descriptions on the other blocks. This is a live, so I didn't put anything in the description. But look at any of the videos. Shoot me an email. Shoot me a message. All right, give me the like. Give me the subscribe. Those things are important too. All right, but nonetheless, I felt like I needed to spend some time with you guys as I finish my cool down here. So with that said, hey, always a pleasure. Alex, I see you on there. Bridget, Tata. Boom. Lessons for all. Hey, thank you for bringing up Charlie Kirk. Yeah, may he rest in peace for sure. A young man, great debater, that was just taken out because of passion. People who don't know how to control their emotions and don't know how to have a grown-up conversation like you and I are doing right now. Right? And it's unfortunate that violence has to come to this. But with that said, hey, Buru, Iboya, Ibuche, everybody in Cyberland, there's my little spiel for the day. And hopefully I do this on all my cool downs on the gym, specifically on Thursdays, because I'm not doing so many activities towards the end. This is more of getting to my rest moves. Friday's leg day, of course, you know what I mean? So Hey, with that said, hey, you guys have a blessed one. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Thursday. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Guru, your boy, Abu Cheche.